Good morning, beautiful people. You already know who it is. I'm sitting here having me a little lunch. I thought I would come on and make a video because I forgot on Instagram you can't make a video unless you got 1,000 followers. So I'm slacking and lacking. All right. So I wanted to come on today. Sorry about that. I wanted to come on today and talk a little bit about the full moon. No, the new moon. It's the new moon. So today is like a day where you can regenerate. It's about, the new moon is around new beginnings, starting fresh. And if you want to, if you feel like you need to release something, you can. But also, you don't always have to release. You can just reset and just start with new intentions. This will be a good time to do that. I decided I was going to do something new for this particular new moon, and I was waiting for the next moon. And because it's today, I was like, you know what, today will be a good day to do that thing that I wanted to do. So I'm going to do that today. What new things are you doing today? Anything at all? Okay, well, I hope you do something. And if you don't, now that I'm speaking about it, if you come across this video, maybe you will. Even if it's at a different time and it's not the new moon or a full moon or whatever. And I want to talk a little bit about, sorry y'all know I hate to see people chewing, but I'm chewing. I want to talk a little bit today about an experience that I had. Trying to decide if I was going to put it on my YouTube channel, if I was going to put it here, where I was going to put it. Let me think. I think I'm going to put it both places. I want to talk about the connection that I have with baby souls. If you come across this video, if you never seen me talk about the baby souls, this will be new for you. That fact. So I'm what you call a bridger. A bridge between baby souls, their parents, but bridge between baby souls and their grandparents, or whoever it may be. Just a messenger to receive messages and relay them. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you about a travel that I had. It was 100% a travel. And those of you, if you don't know, there is a difference between a travel and a dream. All my travels, I know when I'm traveling. All my dreams, I know if it's a dream. I hardly ever have dreams anymore, but I travel quite a bit. So this travel happens to be about baby souls. It happened, today is Tuesday. It might have been Sunday. No, it was Wednesday or Thursday. So anyway, no, it wasn't that. Anyway, it was last week. So I had this travel where I knew that I was standing back. I was the observer. Sometimes I'm participating in the observer, and sometimes I'm just participating. But this one, I was just an observer. My job was to observe and to relay the message. So I had this travel. Wherever I went and it felt like it was kind of like a facility, but kind of homey. And when I got there, there was 3 doors, 1, 2, 3, and I could see them at a distance, probably at about 100 feet. I would say about 100 feet. I could see the room, and each one of the rooms had a female standing there at the door, all 3 of them. But there was a degree of me knowing that there was also a 4th female somewhere, a 4th one. I knew that in my mind. When I looked at the doors, I knew that there was another one, although I couldn't see it. So anyway, these three females, they were standing at the door, and they were waiting for someone. They were waiting for this male, and this male was supposed to be helping them. All of them wanted to have a baby. All of them wanted to have a baby, and this male was glad to help them. And this was not more of a sexual connotation. This was more of like being of service. I'm going to help you bring this to fruition. You want a child, the child wants to come, we're going to bring the child into fruition. So there was this window of time. I just knew it. There was nothing in the travel that made me know it. I just knew that there was a window of time. And so, and that's specifically about these women, these three female energies, let me just say. So anyway, this male appeared, and he saw the three women, and each one of them, he went in at some point to see them. Now, the doors only appeared just for me to know that there were three. So it's not necessarily that he went through that door, but he went to see them. I know that for sure. And so there was a window of time, and each one of them received whatever it is that they were supposed to be receiving from this male. Again, this was not sexual connotation. This was more about assisting with the fertilization and the conception. So, but at the time, I'm thinking it's about these women wanting to have these babies. So the window was closing, and I could feel, and then I began to see another young woman at a door. She was very disappointed that she wasn't chosen, or she was very disappointed that this person didn't visit her. This energy didn't visit her. So she knew that she wasn't going to be able to, have a baby. And then the male who was helping and assisting these women, he also was disappointed. He was disappointed that he wasn't going to be able to help that other one that I knew that was there, the fourth one, right? The fourth female. So time is like a time lapse. It went away. Then all of a sudden, boom, a window opened again. So the window of time opened again for this female. And this young man was frantically looking around all over the world for this person, looking all over the world for this one female. He may have seen many of them, but he was looking all over the world for this one female, and he would know her when he saw her. So out of nowhere, I saw this woman, and it felt like she was like in a country hillside, and I saw her standing outside the door. The door cracked open, and she was standing there. And as she was standing there, you knew that she knew the window was open again. So was that cracked door. Each one of them stood in front of a door, but the door was cracked open, okay? And so he somehow found her, and she was excited. You could see like oh my gosh, the excitement within her. I could see that rather, because I'm still the observer. And I see her in a distance about this. Actually, the door was farther than 100 feet. Hers was. It was like a countryside up over a mountain hill, and I could look and see, right? So he kind of stood there, and then he started kind of running towards her. And the more he ran towards her, the more excited she got. This makes me excited. The more excited she got. And then the travel ended. For no specific reason. Nothing else happened. And I was like, wow. So I was telling my son about it. My son and my daughter-in-law, they want to have children. So they said, well, we're probably going to try this year, next year, whatever. And it came to me after the travel that the women were not necessarily just women. These were baby souls. They were looking to be fertilized by the father, right? And that fourth one was like another attempt, right? It was like a collab, them all together. So I say all this to say, one, I had to travel when my mother let me know that my son was going to be having a boy first, and that also he was going to have 3 children. And I also my son, or was it a daughter-in-law? I think it was my son, my daughter-in-law, my son, had a dream that he was going to have 3 children, a boy first, and a set of twins, a boy and a girl. So I want to tell you about, I say all this to say, no, let me finish up. So once the travel ended, out of nowhere appears, you ever seen like a black screen, grayish, black, whatever, like darkness, and out of nowhere maybe there's a gloved hand, like a puppet appears type thing. But there was a dark background, black, grayish, or whatever. And out of nowhere there was this baby's hand, and it was just open like this. Yeah, this way. And it was just kind of like moving its fingers. It's a baby's hand. And out of nowhere, this way came a baby, a hand, and it laid its hand into the baby's palm, and the baby grabbed it, and it was just moving it, and it was a man's hand. It was the baby that my son is gonna have, and it's the bond that they're forming already before the baby gets here. And the baby was merely letting me know that I am coming. I'm still coming. I'm still coming. And my son called me and my daughter-in-law called me, and they was excited, etc., that type of thing. But it's funny how the baby souls will come to me to deliver messages. Normally I'm delivering messages for other people, but this one happened to be for me and for them per se. Okay, now I want to tell you the travel or the dream that my son had. It was in an apartment, and him and my daughter-in-law, they were in the apartment, and there was water running in the bathroom in the shower, and they was kind of looking at each other. This is what they're relaying to me. He's relaying to me. They were kind of looking at each other, and they was like, the shower was running. Did you turn on the shower? No, why would I turn on the shower? You know. My son goes to look, pulls the curtain back at the shower, and there are 3 children standing in the bathtub up under the shower. There was a little boy in the front, another child, and then another child. It's like they were stair-step behind each other, but the brother was first, and then there was the brother and the sister and the brother, however it want to be, and they were standing there in the shower. 3 of them, just like I already knew. Three. So we know he's going to have 3 children. And I thought it was just amazing the way they appeared to him. Just amazing. Another note on the baby souls. The baby souls will come through and let you know, or they'll come to someone else and let them know. I've told many people about them having babies. Many of them that follow me on Instagram know about this, because there are some of them, including me telling them the sex of the baby. So another time I had a travel, and I was just the observer. I'm standing looking this way, and I was seeing myself sitting in like a wooden chair, and I was sitting sideways this way, and there was a little girl on the lap looking at me this way. It was as if she was looking through the veil at me, and I was looking back at her. She had the most beautiful doughy eyes. She didn't have the little slant eyes like me and my son has. I have almond eyes. My son has slant eyes. She had these big doughy eyes, and she was just looking at me, and I was like, she's amazing. She's so gorgeous. And I was sitting there plaiting her hair, long braids coming to about right here. I was just sitting there. I had put a little ball there, and she was sitting sideways. So to me, she was facing me, but I could also see like a 3D view of me plaiting her hair after I had put the ball on. And I was in such awe, like, she is just gorgeous. Look at you, girl. So I told my son about it, and my son said, Mama, he said, my daughter-in-law's father has big doughy eyes. So